So get this. What if I told you that the name 3i belongs to two completely different things? One of them helps run our entire global economy from a boardroom in London, and the other is a visitor from another star system, just hurtling through our cosmic backyard. It's a fascinating case of mistaken identity, so let's dive right in.
So that really is the big question, right? What exactly is 3i? Is it this massive investment giant, or is it an interstellar messenger? Well, the answer, incredibly, is both.
Okay, so here's how we're going to untangle this mystery. First, we'll follow the money and look at the powerful 3i group. Then, we're going to blast off to meet its cosmic twin, 3i/Atlas. We'll figure out what this visitor is, whether we can actually chase it down, and why this whole thing is way more than just a fun coincidence.
Right. Let's start here, on familiar ground, planet Earth, in the world of high finance, with the company called 3i Group.
So what do these guys actually do? Well, 3i is a multinational private equity and venture capital company. In plain English, that means they invest in and help manage businesses that you can't just buy shares of on the stock market. They help them grow, get more efficient, the whole deal.
And this company has a surprisingly long story. It was started way back in 1945 by the Bank of England. And its original goal was pretty noble: help rebuild Britain after the war by giving money to small businesses. Over the years, it changed and grew, eventually becoming Investors in Industry, or 3i for short, before going public in 1994 as a major financial player.
And today, their scale is just immense. 3i is part of the FTSE 100, which means it's one of the biggest 100 companies in the UK. They're managing over £27 billion in assets, making billions in income. They are a true powerhouse, investing in things that touch all of our lives, from healthcare to the brands we buy.
Okay, so we've met the corporation. Now I want you to prepare for a hard left turn. We're leaving the stock exchange behind and heading out to the stars to meet the other 3i.
Because this, my friends, is where the story gets really wild. The name 3i also belongs to something that could not be more different from a financial firm. It's an ancient traveler, from the unbelievable emptiness between the stars.
So let's get properly introduced to our second subject, the interstellar object known as 3i/Atlas.
Now, what even is an interstellar object? It's pretty much what it sounds like. It's a comet or an asteroid that wasn't born here in our solar system. It comes from some other star, zips through our neighborhood for a little while, and then heads right back out into deep space, never ever to return. A true one-time visitor.
And 3i/Atlas isn't even our first guest from out of town. We had Oumuamua back in 2017, which was this bizarre cigar-shaped thing that baffled everyone. Then came Borisov in 2019, which looked a lot more like a normal comet. 3i/Atlas is just the third confirmed member of this super exclusive club, and each one gives us a brand new piece of the cosmic puzzle.
So how do we know for sure it's from another star? It all comes down to its speed. It's moving at a blistering 58 kilometers per second. That is so unbelievably fast that our sun's gravity has no chance of capturing it. It's on a one-way ticket, just passing through.
Now, we should be clear, this part is a little bit theoretical. Based on a scientific study, if an object like this were discovered, a plausible date would be something like July 1st, 2025, found by the Atlas Sky Survey, which is where the name comes from. It would be an ancient relic, maybe 3 to 11 billion years old, with a reddish color coming from the old, thick disk of our galaxy. So, okay, we've got this incredible visitor from another star system just passing by. The next obvious question for any scientist is, can we go say hello? Can we get a closer look? This is where the science gets really, really exciting. And that is the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? An up-close look would be a scientific jackpot. But this thing is moving so incredibly fast. Is it even possible to catch up to it?
So the researchers looked at two options. Launching a mission from Earth after we spot the comet would be a huge challenge. It would require a massive change in velocity, what scientists call delta V, that's right at the hairy edge of what our tech can do. But launching from Mars? Well, that's a whole different ballgame.
And this chart just says it all. Think of delta V as the fuel budget for the mission's engine. From Earth, you'd need a budget of 24 kilometers per second, but look at Mars, just 3.5. That's not a small difference. That's the difference between something being almost impossible and something being totally doable with the rockets we have today.
This table breaks it down even more. Launching from Earth is a long 137-day trip, needing that insane 24 kilometers per second of delta V. But from Mars, not only is the trip shorter, just 94 days, but the fuel needed is a tiny fraction of that. It is an absolute cosmic game changer.
So why Mars? Okay, here's the brilliant part. We already have spacecraft orbiting Mars right now that are getting old and running out of fuel. I'm talking about probes like MAVEN or the Mars Express. So instead of just letting them die, we could potentially repurpose one, give it one last incredible mission to fly by 39I Atlas, and grab data that would be priceless.
So we've met the corporation, and we've met the Comet. But beyond this really weird coincidence of their names, why should we care? Why does chasing these interstellar objects even matter?
The scientists who studied this put it perfectly. Getting real, up-close data from one of these visitors isn't just a cool little side project. It would, in their words, profoundly enhance our understanding of extrasolar systems. What they mean is, these things are basically time capsules from other solar systems. By studying them, we could learn how planets form in other places, maybe even trace the object back to its home star. We could see how the building blocks of life, like water, get delivered to other worlds. It would be our very first chance to analyze a pure, untouched sample from another star system.
And the really exciting news is that 3I/Atlas is just the beginning. There's an amazing new observatory, the Vera C. Rubin Observatory, that's so powerful it's expected to find tons more of these interstellar messengers. We're literally entering a brand new era of galactic discovery.
So, from a powerhouse company to a billion-year-old traveler, the name 3I holds two absolutely incredible stories. One is about human ambition, the other is about cosmic mystery. And it leaves us with this thrilling question for the future. As more of these visitors start showing up, what secrets about our galaxy will they reveal to us next?